Hey Jack, this is Professor Oz back at my favorite meadow in the Stanislaus National Forest in the Western Sierras. I'm here this time not only just with one of my dogs, Callie, but one of my lifelong friends, a gentleman named Gary. We were so little, our mothers were changing our diapers at the same time. He's a skeptic, but he's come along for the ride and he's got an open mind. So we're going to try some things here the next few days and see what happens. Now you hear that weird sound behind me right now? That's a bunch of frickin' cows, Jack. Okay, normally they're not here, but this is a meadow, and they do let the cows run wild. And the reason they have the bells on them right now is that way, you know, people don't run into them and scare them because there's wild cows are wild cows. So anyway, we've got some hikes set up here the next few days along the river. I've got some experiments set up. I think tonight we're going to try to do what we call a wood knock. And if you saw my previous episode from the meadow here, as I was setting up a little offering for the Bigfoot last time around in June of 2016, this last summer, I talked about some wood knocks that I heard. I heard 5 wood knocks from this direction over here, about 3ish, and about 5 o'clock from behind the camera I heard one. So, like I said, it could be something else, but there was nobody else around. I've heard what I know is a Bigfoot wood knock before, and it was very clear. It sounded just like it. So we're going to try some different things. I have a little strobe light I want to put out tonight to see if that creates any interest. You might think, gee, are the cows going to scare the Bigfoot away? Not really. The cows are actually pretty scared of a Bigfoot. So if a Bigfoot came around, I would like the Bigfoot to actually come around and have the cows get the hell out of here. So anyway, I want to break down here so I could do a few more things, set up my camp. But I just wanted to check in with you. I'm happy to be back. It's August 28th, Sunday 28th of August 2016. We're going to be here hopefully 3 nights. The yellow jacks have been kind of nasty, but they're kind of backing off now. A little bit of bug spray seems to work. So anyway, I'll check back in with you before nightfall, show you what a tree we would knock to try to get a response, and we'll see if something happens. Wouldn't that be cool if it did? I think so, Jack. So anyway, do your homework, get ready for school on Monday, and I'll talk to you later. Hey, Jack. Professor Oz back again at my little spot here. Let me turn off my headlamp. It's almost getting dark here. I guess you might call it dusk. And I'm at my little spot here again with my friend Gary. We've had dinner, sitting around having some adult recreational liquids. And you can still hear the cows in the background, but I'm going to try to see if I can get a Bigfoot to answer me here. Here's what we're going to be doing. What I'm actually doing here is I have a small bat. I would like a bigger one, but this is the only one I could find at the time. And we talked about wood knocks before. Well, wood knock is when we think that Bigfoot sometimes actually communicate with each other by banging large pieces of woods on trees. Now, I know I've heard them before at least one time. One of my incidents was I know I've told you guys about when 2 different Bigfoots were screaming and one of them was banging on the tree. I know that was for real because that was right where the Bigfoot was screaming. Last time I was here, I heard 5 tree knocks over here and one distant one over there, and there wasn't anybody around. Like I said, I can't say for sure it was a Bigfoot, but there's nobody around, so it could have been a Bigfoot. But anyway, so I'm actually going to see if I can call in a Bigfoot. The tree knocks I heard the one time were 3 knocks. Like I said, I heard 5 here one time, and then the other time, same time, later on, it was just 1 very distant. But I'm going to try 3 wood knocks, and we still have those stupid cows in the background. They're leaving. But you might say, well, gee, would a Bigfoot come around with cows? They don't give a poop about cows. They're going to come around, they're going to come around. So anyway, I want to do 3 wood knocks here, and we're hopefully going to maybe hear something. Then again, we may not. But here we go. 3 wood knocks, and then we're going to be really quiet and listen. Sometimes it takes a while for them to respond. Let's wait a few minutes here. Okay, it's almost 8 o'clock. It's almost 8 o'clock. We heard some weird sound, but I don't think it was a Bigfoot. And I'm going to shut it down here. I might do some more wood knocks later on tonight. And then if anything happens, I'll tell you guys tomorrow. So all I got to say is, sweet dreams, Jack. Hey, Jack, this is Professor Oz, day two of our trip here to the meadow. Once again, I can't tell you the name of the meadow, but that's okay, because you know who I am, and that's all that really matters, right, Jack? Okay, it's been pretty quiet today. We did a hike deep into the forest. We're the only people around for miles right now. We found some really cool old Indian grinding rocks where the Indians would actually grind the acorns into meal to eat. That was pretty cool. And we went back into an area and there were some caves. Why didn't I take pictures of it? Just because I didn't. I wanted to see if there's something important. Found some fairly big impressions in there. Once again, it could have been what they call a double tap from a bear. Pretty big. I didn't take measurements because once again, when you have stuff in pine duff, it's just not really good enough to really get a clear definition, so we didn't do that. But at the meantime, it was really interesting in there. Last night, my friend Gary, who's sleeping in a tent in the back of his truck, he said he heard about 3 o'clock in the morning some large limbs breaking, which sometimes can be a Bigfoot in the area making noises. Then again, branches usually don't fall from trees that rapidly, 2 or 3 at a time. So who knows? I mean, there's nothing we can prove. We're in an area right now where there's, like I said, nobody around. There are some cows in the meadow. They seem to be moving out. We're going to try to do some stuff tomorrow. We're going to try to do a few experiments tonight. The tree knocking that I did last night didn't create any results. I tried to do a few more things today. I'm going to maybe try to do maybe more of a food offering, try some different techniques, and we'll let you know what happens. So once again, don't throw away your notes, Jack, because there might be a quiz tomorrow. Giddy up. Hey Jack, Professor Oz again. Here's my ugly mug up close. I don't have this on a tripod. Instead, I'm showing you what I'm doing tonight. If you see right here, you'll notice I have a few toys in this order here. The Gremlin, Silver Surfer, and then the Boomerang with Mr. Osborne Drongo on it. And this is to see if anything's been moved in the morning. Sometimes Bigfoot will like to come in and actually move things around just to kind of play with them. And then if you look over here, you'll see up in the tree, hopefully you can see it, there is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now we've heard reports that there is a large cinnamon brown bear that's been in the area, although he didn't bother us last night. So this bait offering is probably about 60 yards from our campsite. We want to keep it far enough so that a bear wouldn't come and bother us, but a bear probably could reach up and get this. So if this is gone tomorrow, it could be a bear. But then again, sometimes bears make messes and they make noise. And if we find a wrapper and stuff, you know, usually we're Bigfoot. A lot of times they'll actually come and take a sandwich like this. And what they'll do is they'll actually eat the sandwich and leave the wrapper. So we'll wait and see. I don't want to say I'm not expecting anything, but we are the only people in the area, although one couple did come down to the area and put their little dinky little trailer way down, about probably half a mile away. So if we hear any sound from down there, we can assume it's them. At the same time, there could be some other things, and as usual, my trusty little girl, Callie, came with us, and she's turned out to be a really great trooper. So anyway, Jack, it's about, what time is it here? It's about almost 6 o'clock on a Monday night. 8:29. So anyway, we'll keep it posted, Jack, and if something exciting happens, I'll check in. So, don't throw away your notes yet. Adios. Hey Jack, Professor Oz back again. Day 3 of our expedition to the meadow up here in Stanislaus National Forest. It's Tuolumne County. As you can see, I'm going to back off from the camera. I am on location here. This is a neat little creek called Bell Creek. And I thought I'd go ahead and just check in with you and let you know that last night we did some wood knocking. And actually heard one wood knock in response to the 3 that I did. Now, was there anybody on the other side? Absolutely not. We were here today, so there's no way anybody there could be making that sound. But once again, without enough evidence to say it was a Bigfoot, we can't. But you know what? It definitely was a wood on wood sound, just like I did. We've even gone deeper, even though we're pretty deep where we're camping. We've gone another 1.5 miles deeper into the forest, following a horse trail, and really nice, pleasant, right by the water. My dog right now has gotten wet, and she's rolling around in the dirt, like all dogs like to do. What I thought I'd do, just for enjoyment, since we're out here in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to go ahead and do a wood knock. So I'm going to turn on the camera here and do the wood knock, and hopefully you might hear something, and hopefully I might hear something too. No guarantees, of course, but anyway, hopefully the camera's not too off of whack, but that's okay. I think you can see me. I'm going to do 3 wood knocks here, and hopefully we'll hear something, and if we do, we'll let you know. Maybe you might even hear it. Okay, here we go. Anything yet. So I'll wait another 15 seconds. I'm going to shut it off, and I'll check it with you later. Stay tuned, Jack. The Bill's still got 15 more minutes. Get out of here. Hey Jack, I'm really excited. Let me tell you why. I know I'm right in your face. That's because there's something I have important to say to you. We were taking a walk around this little lake called Lily Lake. You can barely even find it on a map. And let me tell you, it pays to hang out with an ex-cop, Jack, because he's been on the scene of more crime than I have student conferences in my life, and he's got an eye. So anyway, let me show you what happened here. We're walking around this lake. I'm going to step aside. Probably a pretty good view of it here. It's a little lake called Lily Lake, and you can see why they call it Lily Lake. It's got these huge, huge, huge lilies. Well, anyway, as he was walking around, I had my dog Callie here, and all of a sudden he stops and calls me over, and we hold the dog. And let me tell you, earlier in the trail, we found some what we thought were footprints, but I didn't do a GoPro on them, mainly because I wasn't sure. But we found another smaller print on the trail. It looked like maybe more of a baby foot. Well, anyway, a baby footprint. So anyway, we're coming here. And next thing we know, Gary comes down the water and he finds 2 sets of prints again, a big print and a smaller print. And they match the same size as the ones we found on the trail. Well, I'm going to take you down and show you in a minute. What's even more interesting is that it looks like whatever was down here was eating these lilies. Because all around the lake, they're all full, nothing eaten out of them. But I want to take this down here. I want to just pick it up and show you. We're going down here. Look at some of these lilies here. Where's some good ones here that were actually nibbled on? Over here. Whoops, sorry. Over here we go. Check this out, Jack. Look at these. See, nibbled on. Okay. Really, really good right here, nibbled on. Big piece out of that one right there. Just incredible. Let me see. I'm going to walk around a little bit more. There's one right there. I think I might show you that one. Oh, here's a good one right there. See that? See how it's all chomped on? Okay, now I'm going to bring you down. Some of these stems, look at this, they're totally eaten off, totally. Now here's the piece de resistance, Jack. Check this print out right here, huh? Pretty good. Now look at this one here. Okay, you could actually see how big the footprint is. I've got some pictures which I'll try to post also online on Facebook and Twitter. But you could see right here, oops, I want to point to it again. Sorry for my amateur camera work, but right here, if you can see it right there, see there's the kind of the footprint, and then over in here, that's what we call the mid-tarsal break. And that's really prevalent in a Bigfoot. They seem to have this adjustable foot where it kind of can bend, where humans don't have that. And then here's the other print right here. You can see how deep they go into the mud. And there's just a whole bunch of other things here, but it's very, very quite impressive here. All this stuff that's just eaten right here. Like I said, even right here in front of me, look at all these things nibbled down to the bone. So if you swing around and look around the lake, It's not happening anywhere else. Look at that. Look at that. They're all pretty much all full. Okay, you can see there's probably been some weather damage on some, but nothing just chomped down like this. So, anyway, I'm going to conclude my little chat with you guys. Anyway, hope you're taking notes because the quiz is tomorrow, and it's closed book. All right, this is Professor Oz checking out. We've got one more night here. We're going to try hopefully some call blasting if all my material, all my stuff works. If not, we'll try some other things, do a light show. Maybe we'll try to show you some of that too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this really cool stuff I saw. And once again, can we say 100% it was a Bigfoot? No, but hey, we found the same footprints. We did a trail, same size for both of these. Also, they're down by a lake here. There's water, and it looks like something's been eating these big, big lilies. So I think if you will really want to get down to it, we have some pretty good evidence that maybe this is what was going on. So anyway, talk to you later. Have a good day, Jack. Hey, Jack. It's Professor Oz again, finishing off our 3-day sojourn here at our special little meadow. I'm so excited about what we found down there at Lily Lake today. We're going to finish off tonight with a call blasting session. I'm going to check out and set it all up and then coming back one more time, but I just want to let you know what we're doing. Call blasting basically is used by some people. Some researchers don't like it. They don't think it works. They think it harasses Bigfoots. The area that I'm in, the researchers I've worked with over the years, they've used it before and we've gotten great results. So I feel comfortable using call blasting in the Stanislaus National Forest because researchers here have also used it. And what it entails is purported Bigfoot recordings that we believe are Bigfoot. And we will have a recorder here and we'll send that out into the forest and we will hope that we get some kind of reply. That's the hope that we want to get. More often than not, just like a lot of stuff with Bigfoot, nothing happens. But then again, we might get a call back. The recording I want to use tonight is called the Ohio Howl, as in the state of Ohio, howl. And it sounds exactly like what I've heard on the other side of the mountain when we've done call blasting there before. I've never done a call blast here before. Most people say you shouldn't call blast for your camping, but you know what? We're going to give it a shot tonight, and if the big guy comes in and gets a little PO'd, then I guess we've learned our lesson, but we've also had a good experience, so who knows. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to hope to get a response. Usually get a response within 15 to 30 seconds when you do it. So I'm going to check out here, turn everything off, and then when it gets a little bit darker, I'll just go ahead and fire this thing on, talk to it. You may not see me, but you'll actually hear the call blast, hopefully, and then possible response, all right? So go get some popcorn and a Coke or your favorite beverage, Jack, and stick around. Hey Jack, it's Professor Oz. You may not be able to see me, that's okay, because I'm pretty butt ugly these days. Anyway, we're going to do our call blast here, the Ohio Howl. Just stand by. If you hear some clanking in the background, that's wild cows they let out the pasture around here. They come around occasionally. But anyway, we're going to do a call blast through our speaker system here and see if we get a response, okay? I'll do the call blast. We're going to wait 15, 30 seconds. If we don't hear anything, I'll say sayonara. Unfortunately, we've had some technical difficulties. There's way too much static. And I also had a second one come through, which was called the Tahoe scream, which we think is a baby Sasquatch. But we'll leave the recorder on for maybe another 30 seconds to a minute and see if there's anything. I think we scared the cows over there. They seem to be moving pretty quickly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do one of my own Ohio howls, okay? So you're going to hear me doing my own thing. Hold on. Well, guys and girls, this is Professor Oz signing out. You know, if something happens afterwards, that's the way it's just going to be. But anyway, love you guys. Do your schoolwork, do your homework, be nice to your teachers. And best of all, keep in touch with the professor. Adios.
Hey Jack, I just got my ass kicked at yoga class today, but that's not what I'm really here to talk about. Actually, I'm going over my notes for my next lecture here at the faculty lounge, but I thought I'd like to tie some loose ends together from my YouTube show I just put together for you, just to kind of highlight some of the important things that happen. First of all, every day at least there is some wood knocking from various places. Next, we found a really good track, 2 tracks on the trail coming back that weren't there when we were there, and we were way, way, way out, far, far out in a wilderness area where there wasn't anybody around. I didn't take my GoPro cam out, but I did take pictures. I posted them on Twitter and Facebook. Maybe I'll try to somehow add them to the show here later. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Probably not, but you could always check them out with me if you'd like. The other thing that was interesting on that trail, besides finding those footprints on the way back on the trail that weren't there before, we came back to this place called Lily Lake we've been to before. And we did a complete walk around the lake, and lo and behold, we found these lily pads that looked like they'd been really chomped on all the way down to, in some places, a stem, and other places, just really nice, big chunk of bites taken out, like it's a big mouth bit it down. What was interesting is the 2 impressions we found right there in the marshy water there looked very, very familiar and very similar to what we'd seen on the trail. Both sizes were, I think, the one on the trail, the big foot was 15 inches and the smaller footprint was about 9, and they actually matched what was down there in the marsh. So once again, can we say it was and of course you already saw them anyway on the my GoPro here, but can we say absolutely it was a Bigfoot and not a bear? No, we can't say that. But here's the last thing that I was able to film and I want to talk about, is that on the way back after we left the lake, we were coming back about a half a mile from camp when suddenly we heard a loud crashing sound. Now I said it sounded like a rock hitting a tree, like it was thrown against a tree somewhere 20 to 40 yards away. My friend said it sounded like it was a rock being slammed against her, like somebody had a rock in their hand and hit it against the tree really hard. Either way, a rock hit a tree. Let me tell you something, Jack, there's no way a bear can do that or a deer could do it. There is nobody else out there but us. So anyway, after that what the boop moment, we said, okay, let's head on back to camp. So wish we had more. The worst thing is that they have these little bees up there. They look like yellow jackets with their bees, and they're all over the place. And it really sucked that they were out there, and it really made life kind of miserable. We still stuck it out for not 1, not 2, but 3 nights. So all I gotta say is, Jack, take care, 10-4, and over and out.